Welcome to the channel. This is lesson 2 and we'll be focusing on learning how to navigate around Maya and using the basic controls to navigate around. Now, if you remember from where we left off last time, in lesson 1 with your basic installations and your basic viewing controls with your workspaces and your panels. Now, from last time we have this big cube in the center. We talked about zooming in and zooming out and turning on and off your grid. Now you want to learn how to move your camera angles and move your shape. Now, the easiest way for now, let's get rid of the cube. Something really cool in Maya is the ability to import already made objects. Now what you want to do is go to Windows and go to Content Browser. Now you'll see that they have a whole bunch of selections that's already there for you. You don't need to model, it's there to test lighting or any testing that you need, or for practice, which we are doing right now. Let's do, this is under Sculpting Base Meshes. Let's go to Animals. Let's say we would want a cat. Double click and it will be imported in your scene. Any updates that you have in your scene will show up here. It's just saying that it's been imported. You can increase or decrease this. If you have any errors, it will also show up here with a very highlighted red mark showcasing what you did wrong. Cancel this and you won't see it here because it's ginormous. When you zoom out, this is how huge it is. Normally, you would want your views, your objects, a lot like this cube shape here. The smaller it is, the faster your computer will be because of how small it is. The bigger it is, the bigger resolution, the bigger space, bigger everything it needs. So your computer will run slower. So generally, you want your shapes to be generally small. Let's delete this cube. Now, how do we get this cat to be smaller? First, let's talk about camera angles. Changing your camera angles. Basic control is clicking Alt and your left mouse key and drag. That is how you can change the angle of your camera. Now you can already see it's running a little slow because of how big the cat is. Let's make this cat smaller. Before we make this cat smaller, another control that you do need to learn is as we move our camera angle, maybe we want this cat to be a little bit on the left, maybe not in the middle. You can see how the camera is just moving around this middle center. How we do that, same thing, hold Alt, but instead of using your left mouse key, you click on the scroll key, your middle mouse, and drag. That's how you can drag this whole screen. Now let's make this smaller. Let's zoom in, Alt, drag with your left mouse, click on this object, and let's scale it down. So your general controls for object manipulation will be right here, these three. This is move, rotate, and scaling. Your move, once you click this, will have this arrow. This will select your whole entire cat. Move left to right, back, and even up and down. Now let's say it's gotten lost and you can't find it. You want to be where your cat is at. You want to view your cat, you can't find it. All you have to do is press F and it will bring you to the center of the object. It will bring your object to the center of your camera. So if you ever get lost, you're trying to find something, have the cat selected. Right now, let's rename the cat. Have your cat selected or whatever object selected and press F. It will automatically bring you close to the cat. Now, let's bring this down. because we want it in the middle of our grid. And let's scale it down. Your scaling is this. You'll see squares. Generally, you want to use the center to keep the shape. If you want, you can manipulate the shape even more. If you use the shape up above, it will only scale down up to down. Control Z to go back, reset it. Just like that, you can manipulate the length. But for now, let's scale it down. So click on it and just drag outwards. Let's make it pretty small. And you can see that any changes to the shape will also show up on your channel layer editor. This will be your editor, your translating, that's your moving, rotate, and scaling. Your scaling, since we are changing the scaling, you can see the number go up, you can see the number go down. You can also click and drag, selecting all of it, and just changing the number, and it will change all three numbers. Let's say 0.2. Click enter, and it will scale it automatically for you if you have a specific scaling option. Now, Alt drag, move to the center. Now, once you click out of the cat, you can see there's a bunch of curves. When you click it, it's more detailed. You can see the curves, but when you click out of it, you can't see anything, especially when it's something smooth, like the square. Once you click out of it, you can't really tell any of the details. What you want to do is change your camera view specifications. This will be all your camera views. This is your perspective view. Click on view, or click on shading. Click on a wireframe shaded, and it will show you specific lines on the object all around. So once you click out of it, you can still see the specifications of the object. Once you've learned all of this, now we can start getting ready to set up to making our wine bottle and wine table. First, we would want to get a reference image, find any wine bottle that you want to design it after. Just look on Google, and we would want to import it into our Maya file. That is what we're going to be starting with.